Hi, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ladies of the Paranormal World. Today, we are saying a great big welcome back to Stony Stonehenge. We have missed you, man. We've
Woo!
got Drusilla, we've got Wendigo, and
Hey
Skinwalker.
y'all.
We are going to kick things off tonight with the Haunted Clown Motel. And, I have to say, this is probably one of the creepiest fucking motels I think I've seen in my entire life. But hey, it is what it is, right? So, Haunted Clown Motel. Ladies and gentlemen, give me your opinions before I give some backstory. I know normally I do the backstory first, but I want to see what you guys think first.
Are you talking about Circus Circus by chance?
No, this is actually the Haunted Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada.
Oh,
It's
Tonopah.
right in
Oh, okay.
Tonopah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
right.
All right, Tonopah. Yeah, okay. It's called Tonopah.
Thank you. I probably butchered the hell out of that, but right
You did a little bit.
right adjacent to that hotel is actually a cemetery that's been there since 1901. So they say that a lot of the ghosts that hold the
They
haunted.
started digging it like in 1900, but yeah, I know which one you're talking about because I've actually been through Tonopah on foot and hitchhiked through there to the 50s. So yeah.
Well, they do say that the reason that that hotel is so haunted is because of its close proximity to that graveyard. So
Yeah, but why
I
is
know
there? Why would you make it a clown motel? Like
someone had a fixation with clowns. I don't know,
I,
man.
I don't know. Like most people are scared of clowns and think that they're gonna kill you and things like that. You know. So like, what made this person go? Oh, I'm gonna do a clown motel.
I don't know. Somebody that really, really likes clowns. Someone's got some kind of clown fixation.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, Zach Baggins actually had one of his most terrifying experiences there when the clown in
Who?
the hotel, Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures.
I thought you said Zach Braff or something. I was like, the guy from fucking Scrubs.
No, Zach Zach Baggins, man. He was doing his investigation. He was doing his investigation, and the clown inside of the hotel actually moved during the investigation, scared him right out the hotel.
Oh, I bet.
like I
I'm
said,
sorry.
clowns. People go scary. So like,
Like, I'm one of those people. Clowns don't scare me, okay? They don't. I think they're
no.
awesome. But clown
I mean, you
dolls,
got
on the
one on
other
you got
hand,
one on your you got one on your
yeah,
podcast. I
right,
mean,
right,
what the fuck?
right, right. But I'm gonna
Hey,
tell
hey,
you,
hey!
man, the, the clowns in this hotel, the clowns in this motel are fucking freaky as shit looking though.
Are they like the dolls on Doll Island? Like those suckers are
Well, here
creepy as shit.
I'm gonna show you some pictures because I knew you was gonna ask. Some of these clowns are freaky, and I'm actually gonna tell you exactly which clown scared the shit out of Zach. It's pretty freaking hysterical, actually. Okay, so I'm gonna do my show and tell early today, I guess, because we got the question as to the looks of the clowns. Sorry, it's loading. I should have loaded it beforehand. That was my bad.
Shame
All
on
right, so
you.
here we go. I know, right? What's wrong with me? All
Everything.
right,
I don't know.
all right. So here's the entrance to this really freaky fucking clown hotel.
Oh
That is
yeah.
just fucking creepy, man. Look at this thing. It looks like a seriously fucked up Ronald McDonald.
Definitely not the fun house. It's like the sad house.
Okay, but here are
Also,
the
remember the
clowns.
local agreement too.
Look at it. Look at there's like over 2,000 clowns in this fucking hotel. Like
Yeah.
no bullshit. And
That
this is the
one
clown.
sitting down is
This
like
is the
Chris
one that
Pratt.
scared the shit. That's the one that moved when Zach was doing his investigation. Is this one?
Yes. Fuck that.
I think if I see that thing move, I'm like, nah, fuck you. I'm out. I'm
I
out.
I would have hit it with something. I'd have been, but that's me. Like, I've seen all those
There's thing is
flick
fucking creepy as
stuff.
shit. That
Mm.
thing is creepy as
What is
fuck. And
wrong
then
with
have it
that
move.
Raggedy Ann doll?
Clearly, you've never seen me in clown face before.
No, I haven't. But I don't. People that are dressed as clowns don't scare me. But this fucking thing, is creepy as shit looking, and if it starts moving, I'm sorry, my ass is the fuck out of
Well,
there.
If it starts moving, I'm taking it with me, man. I'm gonna rip its head off.
I'd be swinging.
I'm
no,
saying,
go
man.
back. Go
Go
back.
back.
Yeah, go back one. Look at the
One
Raggedy
more.
Ann one.
I know.
Oh
That thing
yeah,
is fucking
yeah,
creepy,
yeah.
ain't
That
it?
looked like it got face fucked with fire or something. The fuck?
Right. That is one creepy looking clown doll.
What the fuck,
I'm
dude?
good, man. But you see how this clown doll's sitting, right? Its hands were both on its lap, and all of a sudden, the arm on this side moved off of its lap while it was being investigated by Zach. So he had one of the like creepiest experiences, and I'm pretty sure that if I see that motherfucker moving, I'm like, "Yo, fuck you, I'm out."
I don't know
Okay,
what's
well,
more
I'm out.
scary, the chairs or the clown stripes on the chairs that go with the fucking clown outfit next to it. It's like some sick fucking Pagliacci fucking clown camouflage.
Right? Well, when I saw that, I was like, "Nope, I'm good. We're good. We're not doing that. Nope." But no. So the Clown Hotel. I'm gonna give a little bit of backstory because I said I'd give a little bit of backstory here. Uh, this was built in a mining town, very small town, that was swept by disease, and an adjacent cemetery. An adjacent cemetery is said to give rumor that it is the purpose and reason for the hauntings in the Clown Motel. The Clown Motel is home to over 2,000 clown figurines and dolls.
Oh yeah.
I'm good on that. No,
Oh.
thank you. Ghosts that have visited the motel have reported odd laughters through the corridors, according to one man who claimed to have woken up to a full-bodied clown apparition.
Oh,
And
I love it.
no, fuck you. And the clown apparition was that of a housekeeper. No, and it was no laughing matter.
I love it.
Yeah. If I no, I'm good. They can say that people say that they hear people talking, saying hello. Movements of the dolls. No, I'm no. Whispering and talking, giggles,
Oh
and
hell yeah.
unknown apparitions.
Yeah, I love that shit.
No.
You have no idea the
um,
kind of shit I do of what's in my head, and I love it. That's great. That's time. Sign me up.
I'm good. So it says here in the early 1900s, after collecting silver-rich samples on a trip, Jim Butler filed 8 claims, on the land and established it as a small mining camp. The Butler mines and those built a few years later by the Belmont Mining Company brought prospectors from across the country to its origin. The community quickly grew from a small 14-man camp to a bustling settlement. Okay, so we got people that died in mining accidents. Awesome.
Were
During
they
its
all
founding
dressed like
years,
clowns?
Tonopah, huh?
I said, were they all
No,
dressed
they're
like
it's just
clowns? Like
no.
what? Like I said, what gave somebody the idea to come up with this hotel? Like,
I have no idea. Tonopah
Because
was
they wanted
witness
to
to
copy
several
Circus
tragedies.
Circus. I mean, I don't know.
I
oh, that's way off from Circus Circus. Like,
don't know. It
Oh,
was
that's right.
witness
You're in
to
Vegas. That's right. You live. Or
yes.
you know where fucking Tony. You know where Tonopah is and shit too. Come on, you know where this is. It's just like north of Vegas, man. Like about it's like an hour and a half.
all right. So it says that it was witness to several tragedies. In 1905, a plague later discovered as pneumonia. So I guess pneumonia wiped out a good portion, killing 56 residents between January and April of 1905, and
I
causing a
respect
mass
that it
exodus of the
was
town. A few years later, in 1911, a fire at Belmont Mine killed 17 more people. The Tonopah Cemetery, built in 1901, served as the final resting place for these victims of the misfortunes. And it was said that the miners that caught fire were actually found inside of the mine where they died, frozen in place, trying to get to freedom.
That looks good.
So that's pretty freaky and sad. Stop it. Killian. Killian! Get your sister's pizza, please.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh.
Okay, so we're talking. They were stuck in this mine as it caught fire, a mass explosion, and those who did manage to escape died almost instantly after making it out of the mine, and those who didn't were caught literally in their tracks, died right where they were. That's pretty unsettling.
Yeah.
So whenever you have like horrific death, or people that die, and so the energy is bad, and then there's lingers, right? So you have a cemetery just was sitting there at the turn of the century or whatever. It's probably built. It was probably they started burying people like in the 1800s or 18 or whatever. But yeah,
Well, they said the first mass death was in 1905 with pneumonia.
yeah, pneumonia
Um,
in the desert.
mhm.
Yeah, that's why I said, don't they mean maybe corona or something shit like that? Because pneumonia in the desert.
Look,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
look, I'm thinking is like it could have been like, some sort of desert cough or something, maybe
Mhm.
because pneumonia. Geez, dude, that's really. I mean, how do you get pneumonia in the desert? You know?
I mean, it happens when you. What happens is you get a cold, you get bronchitis, then you get pneumonia.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can catch a cold anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter if it's 150 degrees or 2 degrees.
Yeah,
You can
but
catch a
it's
cold.
harder in the deserts.
That's
Well,
what I'm
harder,
saying.
yes, but not impossible.
No,
To
no,
catch
not
that
impossible. It's just
cold.
really just I think this could have been some more factors.
There probably was. There was probably a lot because medicine back then wasn't what it is now.
Oh hell no.
Nowhere near. So if they did end up with pneumonia or, like you said, desert cough or something, there's a very good chance that healing of it was unlikely.
Oh yeah.
They didn't have the medications and hospital care that they have now.
Oh hell no. That's what I'm saying. I was thinking like during like the depression, how people were like drinking kerosene and stuff to think that was gonna help with the cough from all the dust. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So
Hmm. Right.
stupid
I
shit like
mean, and
that.
it could have been started from something like miner's cough.
Right?
You know.
That's what I'm thinking. Like
Yeah,
And
that's
working
what
in the
I
mines
think
and stuff.
more.
hmm
Sucking
and
in all
then
that
That's
after
shit.
that, after the 56 people had perished, they had built the uh, graveyard, which continued to add bodies throughout its history from fighting over gold and copper and stuff like that, and then mine explosions and fires. So I mean, this is a place where prospectors were like, "Ooh, no, this is my gold. No, this is my gold. I'm going to steal your gold and add it to my gold." They just started killing each other over it. We're talking about a time
Bitch, give
when
me my gold.
pretty much we were it was a time where law really didn't exist the way that it does now. The law was corrupt. The sheriffs were corrupt. They could be bought.
Well, can't they do that today too? I mean, that's not so far different
Not
than
I
then.
mean, back
I
then
mean,
though, I mean,
look
sheriffs.
at our world, okay?
Well, no, see, back then, if you paid the sheriff, you could go into the jail cell while they were stuck in the jail cell and kill them.
they still do that
Well,
now.
yeah.
Well, you can't walk up to a jail cell with a gun and shoot somebody like that in broad daylight.
You want to make
They
a
pay
bet?
inmates to do it.
You want to
They
make a
pay
bet?
inmates to do that shit.
You ever heard of a
No.
I
zip
don't
gun?
think I've heard of a zip gun. I mean, you can't go up with a revolver in broad daylight into an active prison and just shoot somebody and walk out without being caught.
You want
You're
to make
gonna
a
be
bet? You want to make a bet?
Yeah, like we're
I
not
mean, I think
we're
it's
not as
not quite that
sophisticated
easy.
as we like to think we are at this
I
point in
don't
time.
think we're quite that easy though either. I think you'd have to have a hell of a lot of people on the inside to do it.
Just need
Money, exactly.
one big one. Hmm. I mean,
All
look.
right. Well,
Okay, think about it. Okay,
when was
celebrities.
the last time you heard of somebody walking up in a prison and shooting somebody?
Are they gonna tell anybody that?
10 years
They
ago,
would.
you ain't never gonna
Who?
hear about it. It happened in a federal prison.
Were they shot inside the prison or outside of the prison during transport?
Inside the prison, in solitary confinement, point blank,
That's shocking.
execution style.
Okay, so 10 years, one incident.
Okay, but like I said, you got to think about it. Okay, actors, right? They get away with a whole bunch of shit, right?
Generally, yes. They have money.
Why?
Good lawyers. Yeah, because they have
Money.
money and good
Most
lawyers.
people can be bought.
Nah.
They can be bought that way too, you know. But
We missed having you, dude. We really
they
have.
can be bought. Unfortunately, when a person can be bought, look at the stuff that happens.
Well, we're gonna keep yeah, no, we're gonna stay out of that particular realm because we all know how that works. Um, let's just look at our current legislation and such. But anyway, back in this
I can only
particular
think of a
time,
song for that one. It's called "You Put the Lime in the Coconut, You Put them both together, Put the Lime in the Coconut." Let me tell you about it.
oh shit. Okay, so at this particular time, crime wasn't considered crime. You killed each other, you took each other's gold, and it didn't really matter.
Finders
You know,
keepers,
you had
bitch.
money, pretty much.
Frontier
Pretty much. Finders
justice.
keepers. Exactly, frontier justice. That's exactly it. You know, so we're talking quite a few deaths that had to have happened on this property, and it is so close to the graveyard. It's so close to that hotel.
Well, at least they
So
didn't
you
have
know,
to
we're
walk
hearing.
far.
Yeah, right. I don't think the motel quite existed that long ago,
Yeah, but think
but
about it. How convenient is that? Like, you have a cemetery right across the road. Like, you know,
right. But the hotel itself hasn't been there that long. It's said to be infected by spirits from the graveyard, which apparently makes the clowns come to life at night. I'm good on the whole clown thing coming to life. I start hearing laughing and shit. I'm sitting there going,
Not a big fan
nah,
of
you hear that
clowns.
shit, right? Huh?
Not a big fan of clowns.
I like clowns. I don't like clown dolls. Clown dolls are
yeah,
creepy as fuck looking.
I've seen all those people. Like I said, you know, people dress up as clowns and they chase these damn people. And these people are like running. And some of them are like people that you'd go, why the fuck are you running? Me, I start hitting like
Fuck in the mouth.
like any question, like, bitch, I watch horror flicks, okay? I know what happens, okay? Even if I run, they're gonna catch up to me. I mean, it's all in every horror flick you have. They're
I'm
running.
gonna say this. I don't want to interrupt, but I'm gonna say this. Most people, most human beings, if you honestly have a true encounter of some supernatural or demonic kind, or if you
Freeze.
literally see a skeleton come out of the grave or something like that, one or two things are gonna happen. You're gonna be fucking petrified. You're gonna be so in shock Maybe.
that you don't move.
Nowadays, people are so desensitized with all the zombie shit and then this and that and then Call of Duty and all the fucking, the visual fucking mind sodomy that nowadays. But um,
Mind sodomy, I love it.
yeah, the mental sodomy that goes on these days is just it's numbing. It makes you callous. So, but honestly, back in the like in the turn of the century, 1900s, if somebody saw like some shit, some crazy shit, they'd freak the fuck out. If you took somebody from the Renaissance and or something, and they brought them to today's time and day, and they saw a horror movie, they would think it was real life. And they would fucking run in fear. I'm being serious. If you took
They
somebody
would.
from the night, if you took somebody from 1900 or whatever, or even from 1960, let's say 1950s or whatever, and you brought them to an IMAX theater today, I mean, if whatever, or if from the
Yeah.
1900s, if somebody was from alive, if you said somebody from alive from the 1800s or whatever, let's say 1800s, and you showed them an IMAX movie of a horror movie or whatever, an IMAX, dude, they would freak the fuck out. They'd have a heart attack. They couldn't. Their minds
Yeah,
couldn't
right.
handle that shit. So a lot of you think,
there'd be some pee on the chair. You know, because they freak
some
out.
people react differently to scary things or whatever. You're gonna be amazed or you're gonna be in terror.
See, and there's another response that people tend to have, which is they freeze up completely. They can't move, they can't run because they're like so shocked by it that they're just stuck in one place.
Deer in the headlights. They're
Yeah, exactly. Um, Me, I don't know. I've never had an encounter of a laughing doll or anything that really significantly scared me to that point. Um, but I think the closest thing would be when I had been scratched in a demonic possessed situation.
Yeah, I really
I've
haven't
had
been
my
scared. I've been scared once, and I got scared once in my life. Besides, like my kids having their issues, like things you really, like you remember Skinwalker and Wendigo.
Oh yeah,
They were
oh
young,
yeah.
okay.
I
That
yeah.
remember they tried to burn the house down.
scary shit, but that's not like okay. But the one time I got scared was my husband, and everything just happened to line up just right that he could scare me. Like the way the scene happened just right to scare the shit out of me. Other than that, I've had people try. People would come up to me. They'd like, when I'm reading or really into something, they like come behind me and like, ugh. And I'd be like,
Yeah, and
yeah.
all right. So, Stony, you had something you wanted to say.
I think scaring people or in being scared, to be scared or to seek out to be scared, it was like an adrenaline rush or it's an endorphin rush. You get endorphins, dopamine. You know what I mean? Like getting high, natural high. It's like people that climb tall buildings and hang off dangly things, knowing that they could die at any possible second. They're just literally hanging on to the tallest part of a fucking super crane and just like dangling with his feet with one arm, taking a selfie. Moments before they die or whatever. And then you got people that go out and look out for haunted houses and want to go out there. Word of
That
the
would be
wise: don't ever try to go fuck around with a Ouija board because it's like
no.
people. eh,
Mm-mm.
My point is the fact that Milton Bradley made a board game out of it. This is the mind fuckery of mankind of society that I'm talking about. Now, if you don't believe in the occult, well, I'm sorry
Uh,
to tell you that it's there. If you don't believe that there's a yin and yang in the universe, well, I'm sorry to tell you it's there. Um, you know, when you downplay and monetize um, occultism This is the results of things, and you wonder why you have things happen in society, and you wonder why you have bad things happen to people sometimes or whatever, because they knowingly or unknowingly do things that allow out of dimensional or interdimensional or out of planetarial entities or energies or demons or whatever you want to call them, because we people believe in angels, and well, they have to believe in demons, and I'm keeping religious politics out of this. Just keep going with scriptures and whatever, and every society has their own depiction of this, or their own version of this, so it might have had to happen, but you know, and when it says like a third of the angels fell, well, they didn't fall to hell because hell wasn't there. Hell didn't exist until you know Christ's
Later.
sacrifice on the cross,
Right.
right? It
Later.
was known as Abraham. It was known as Abraham's bosom, and some people call it purgatory or whatever. But anyways, my point is, so you have these celestial beings that are now cast down. Well, they still have their celestial powers, and they're roaming free on a rock that was made for fucking humans. It says that man was made, the angels were made lesser than humans, so something or whatever, whatever. Or humans were, whatever. So we're supposed to be, because angels don't have free will. So we have our own free will and our own choices to do the fuckeries we want to do, and we see through society and history, like people making sacrifices to idols and gods and all this shit, and then bad things happen after that. Well, the things that we're living in now, bad things are happening now because the things that we're doing, the bad fuckery that we're doing in life, whatever it is, I don't care. I'm not preaching or nothing like that, but it's something. It's it's one facet of the prism of perspective to look at, and you're like, huh, maybe that does kind of make sense, you know? Well, what happens when you have fucking uh people fucking out there, and let's get the satanic church out there, and let's get their, because they need equal rights. They have to have their, because hey, freedom of speech and everything has to be equal to everybody, no matter how dumb it is or nonsensical it is or how damaging and damning it is to mankind. Everybody has to have their equal rights because that's what we live in today. Good for you.
Yeah. Okay, so who is this dummy that decided to make a game out of a Ouija board? 'Cause that's where you started on this before
Milton
you got
Bradley,
to
Milton
that.
the company,
Milton Bradley,
Milton
the
Bradley.
game, shoots and ladders, Candyland, fucking
Yeah.
Monopoly, the board game. So board games came out before video games and stuff,
Yes,
probably
yes, yes.
between Second World War in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. Probably between the, especially the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, board games were real popular. Get the family together,
Mm-hmm.
game night. Well, what better way
Yep.
to get the family aboard to play fucking Ouija? Are you fucking serious? But they don't
Yeah.
have the family around it. No, 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 no. The original board, the picture of the board on the box had kids using it. Are you fucking serious?
Yes, I've seen it. They sold it in
So
stores.
to children at Toys R Us or at
Yes.
all your kids stores, Kmart, Walmart before it was popular, any dollar store, any generic store you can find board games, thrift stores, whatever. Look,
Hmm.
and here's why. Here's the number one reason why they pitched it to kids first, because
They were guinea
children,
pigs.
under a certain age, right, have this
Uh-huh.
ability that they still have this gift. They still have, when you're born, you have these
Yes.
abilities. You have these abilities when you're born. Whether you hang on to
Amazing.
them or you let them go at a certain point in your life, in your childhood, that's up to you. I chose to hang on to my abilities because I was born with them. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll get into that later. But if you know, you know. And if you want to know, I'll explain in a while, or here in a while, or whatever. But what I'm saying is,
Well,
because kids are more in tune to energies from things that cannot be seen by people that are blinded later on in life, because they have desensitize themselves so much with all the crap they've been indoctrinated with by man, and what man says is whatever. So it's like the police policing themselves, which is oxymoron. So mankind telling what mankind should do is kind of fucking stupid because we're fallible, we're not perfect, we make mistakes, we kill each other,
Yep.
we eat each other, we destroy each other, we poison each other, we do all these things to hurt each other, and we do all these things to help each other. So there's the yin and yang. But my point is, mankind as a whole shouldn't be trusted to lead mankind because we fuck up. We're fallible. We make irrational decisions based on emotions at the moment, and we fuck up. So kids, children, small children, infants to or that certain age between 4 and 10, when you have your imaginary imagination still running fluid, whatever, when we before video games take over and fuck you up in videos and TV and shit. Back when I was a kid, we used to play with rocks and sticks and play outside and stuff, and have imagination. I would get in trouble. My grandpa would beat my ass because I didn't hear him call my name because I was so in my world playing with my GI Joes or playing with my whatever or playing on my imaginary fucking pirate ship with the rock, the big giant rock formation with a huge tree as my sail. You're in your world. My point
Mhm.
is, you're so open to a thing you can't see, but you know it. You just live in it. So when you
Yep.
have a Ouija board at the gateway and you start fucking around with things, you thinking it's fun in all games, and you unknowingly let something out from a place where it wants to be out to roam free in a world where it can make the most damage because that's what it's supposed to do, and they product children because children are malleable. Children are malleable in so many ways. It's so sad how kids are so malleable and they trust adults, grown people. They trust you like dogs, like your pets. The domesticated animals trust you with their lives, and they why would you, so whatever you do to them, they think it's normal if they don't
Mhm.
know any better. So if you hand them a fucking, basically
A,
the keys
a
the
doorway.
keys a doorway,
Yeah, basically, yeah.
they're not gonna know any better because it's a board game. It's a game. They got Candyland, and you got Shoots and Ladders. We got Game of Life, and we got Trouble,
Sorry.
and we got Sorry, and we got all these little. Wow,
Battleship.
we got Backgammon. We got all these board games. Well, we need a Ouija because it's the newest one. Well, what do you do? Oh, you just like put your hands in here because here's something that Jesus says. He says, when two or more are gathered in my name, there will I'll be with you. I'll be there with you. Well, what do you think? You got two or more people playing the fucking the demonic game. What do you think is going to be hanging around?
Yeah,
So funny.
right. Right.
I mean,
That's
he's right with
true.
the children stuff
Yeah.
because you know I
Oh
hear
yeah,
so
I know.
I hear so many stories about parents are like, well, my kids said they saw this, and we've never
Yep,
seen
exactly.
anything like
And
that.
we don't
You know,
believe them because we lost our imagination.
Well, and
Because
most
we're
parents tend to
little.
play it off. Most parents tend to play it off as an imaginary friend
right?
because nobody else can see it but their child. Now, I hung on to my gift, and I know what you were talking about. I'm a sensitive. My aunt's a sensitive. So is her daughter. So, yeah, we know what you
Every
were
one
talking
of us
about.
that's born, we have these gifts. Why? Because we have free will and we were created. I believe in creation. I believe in evolution. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not pushing my whatever. I'm just saying because we have these gifts that the angels and the demons have or whatever too because we are have these things. We're born with these things or whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care what anybody says. You either hang on to it or you don't hang on to it. You either because people can do fucking things that other people can't do, and they're like, "How did you do that?"
Hmm. Right,
So
and the more open you are, the more likely you are to have that gift. If
But
you're
you just have to
closed-minded
be
or
in tune with
narrow-minded
yourself with
about it,
vibrations, frequencies, electromagnetic energy, all that shit
hmm
we put out. We put out vibrations, bone vibrations. We put out sound waves when we hum, and we hear
hmm
shit in our ear. Bone vibration. We hum. That's our tune, our frequency. We put out, and sound travels infinitely.
yep. So, but yeah, when it comes to a child, their gift is more pronounced because they are innocent and they're not closed-minded. They weren't born closed-minded. They were born with their eyes wide open to everything,
That's
Yeah.
what I feel about.
whether we
That's
see
what
it
I
or
say
not.
about racism. They say racism is you're born racist. No, you're not. It's a learned thing because you
They're
can
not.
put a group of kids, of babies, all different races, all together in the same room, and they all get along together. Fuck yourselves on that shit.
Yep, I have to agree with that extremely.
Hey,
It's a learned behavior. It's a learned
it is.
behavior.
It is. I don't care what anybody says either. Tony's right. You know, you learn that stuff from your parents or the people that you are around.
You
Yep,
learn
exactly.
everything. You learn everything from your surroundings, your environment, who you are around.
Your influences.
You're born with a clean slate, man. You don't have any you don't have you're it's brand fucking new. You're ready to get input. You have no
Your
input.
brain is
You're
a
born.
sponge.
You're that's what I'm saying. So whatever you're around, that's what you're gonna think is normal. It doesn't
Yep.
matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. And then that normalcy, whatever it is in your life, is passed on through the family because that's what's normal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I
You
don't
ain't
And
believe
it
in this
doesn't
bullshit
matter.
that everybody's
It doesn't matter
celebrating.
what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything, whatever. And then we're like, oh, that's wrong. Well, I didn't think it was wrong because that's normal in my house. But that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
That's what
Exactly.
happens. But it doesn't.
Yep.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm not
Yeah.
So like
justifying or condoning or condemning or anything.
Oh no, absolutely not.
I'm pointing out just how I seen it, plain and simple. Just right there it is. Just my point of
Children,
view from a crazy guy. All right, that's just all I'm saying.
children are born innocent. They are completely, utterly innocent. They are sponges. They absorb everything, and the way that they become who they are is by the influences they are surrounded by.
And that's what
yes,
I'm saying. And you're either gonna give them good energy or bad energy. You're either gonna influence
Exactly.
them for the positive or you're gonna influence them for the negative. And it's choice.
hmm
It's it,
Exactly.
whoever the parent is, not me, whatever, my whatever. I'm not. I'm only speaking for myself.
hmm
I'm not pointing any fingers because I can only point all that at myself. So I'm not. My point is when you fuck around with things you don't understand, Ouija boards and things, and it gets out of hand, and that's when things happen. And then they
Yep.
make movies about it and they glamorize it, and Hollywood gets a hold of it and fucks it all up, and then they normalize it.
Yes, they do.
Hollyweird normalizes and puts out on the television because so whatever evils or whatever things that go against the norm, then your morals, your scruples or whatever, they take it, twist it around, fuck it, and then they put it on TV, and you see it, and you glamorize it, you long after it, you lust after it, whatever, because it's through the eyes. The eyes are the gateway to the souls.
hmm
Hello, hey, hello. So I'm just saying. So what you see, you glamorize and you lust after it. You look at it, you're like, hey, I want to do that. Hey, that looks cool. I hope that happens to me one day. And then it
You're
happens
right.
to you and then it happens to you one day, but you don't know that it's happening to you. And
Yep.
then your life's fucked. And then next thing you know, you're doing something like playing with fucking Ouija boards, summoning fucking demons that shouldn't be fucking walking Earth.
right, right.
Yes. you know, there's that, and
But
then
this
there's
is this is this is
practicing an
normal.
occult.
Instead of bridge on Saturday nights, the ladies got together with the Ouija board and thought it was cool to try something out because they didn't have their old maid cards and their knitting, so they went to the Ouija board. So
You know, you've got Ouija boards, and another thing that people tend to play with, it's just as bad as playing with fire, and that is satanic rituals and the occult. Satanic rituals and the occult. You can read the words from a book and not realizing the damage that you are actually doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Why do
They're
you think it's
opening
called
doorways.
spelling? Wait a minute. When we have spelling bees and we spell things out, we spell words. Why is it called spell? Because when we say things, you can speak things to fruition to an extent. Okay, some people can will things to happen around them, or some people can physically manifest things on themselves or in their lives in some shape or form.
Mm-hmm.
And we also heard it as, you reap as what you sow, or there's other sayings and whatnots and stuff. And so,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, but yeah, when you say things, especially when you read from fucking books that you're not supposed to read from.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, folks.
We're not a,
Let's
we're not very intelligent.
let's just leave that old ass book that's been bound with chains and fucking tied to a rock in the bottom of a river or a lake. Let's just not open that alone. Let's just leave that alone. No,
Yeah.
let's go disturb this tomb that has all these warnings and hieroglyphics and shit. Let's go disturb this body real quick and let's ransack the dead, the cursed fucking dead. How morbid is this?
No, I know.
Humans is humans. Okay, why the fuck do we have cemeteries anyways? Why the fuck do I want to see where somebody was? Why would I want to
Memorialize.
memorialize someone's death? I'm not saying bad or good, or I'm not saying anything against it, but just from another point of view, okay, all right, it's just a little, it's kind of morbid, especially
Yeah.
especially crypts, mausoleums, above ground cemeteries. No, you're saying there's a room, a building with bodies that are in cement, they're just lined up on the wall because you couldn't you could just because we want them above ground. Oh, okay, cool. All right, awesome. Yeah, that sounds fucking not great. Yeah, give me a
Well,
Viking death. Send me on a boat, shoot a
Set my
flaming
ass on
arrow at me on
fire.
a fucking lake, and set me on fucking fire. Give me a Viking pyre death or something. I want to be on. I want to be on the guy. I want to be the guy in the Wicker Man. I want to be Nick Cage in that big old Burning Man shit. But like knowingly, but willingly for my death, not unwillingly, but willingly.
That's why
Dumb
I
shit.
prefer cremation. Uh, our whole family actually really prefers cremation, not burial.
Same, man.
hey, that's what I would want. Put me on a boat,
Light
shoot
my
an
ass on
arrow,
fire,
and let me
man.
go, bitches. Let me go.
I really be. That's what I'm saying. In fucking guillotine, I don't even want a guillotine. Look, guillotines, quick and effective. Yeah. The reason why you put bags over your head because you still have blood and oxygen in your brain, and you literally see your head roll back off your fucking shoulders while you still have blood in it. You can't breathe. You just all visual, and you still. I'm. That's why they put a head in the basket because seriously, look, there's enough blood and oxygen in your brain and enough blood in your muscles, you would be your mouth like a head cut, like cutting the head off a snake or whatever. It's still going to move around a little bit or whatever, just for a few
Yeah.
seconds. So as the oxygen leaves your brain, the blood leaves your brain, whatever. But the muscle memory is there, and your last conscious thing in your brain is seeing your body separated from your fucking head. That's why they put bags over
Awesome.
their head.
So now
Well,
we
yeah.
know why anybody that's ever been decapitated probably still lingers around because they're going, "Fuck! I saw my own body before I
Well, yeah,
died."
because they say it's like 10 to 15 seconds that once your head is chopped off, that you're still
It's not. I don't even
functioning.
think it's that long. I don't even think it's that long. I think it's probably like maybe 5 seconds or something like that, or however long it takes. I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's different. I mean, I'm not gonna discriminate now here. We're not gonna discriminate. I can't say everybody's different. Whatever. There's a lot of indicators, a lot of variables, but back then, malnutrition and stuff. You think about the last person that got guillotined in public, however long ago that was, but when it was real popular, plague and disease was already killing people or whatever. So, killing criminals to make space for more criminals. I don't fucking know. Heretics. They probably wasn't even heretics. They were just like, you're a heretic. Like, no, no.
I'm really not though.
It was we're
Uh,
today. Who can we call heretic?
if I was alive back then, I can say this publicly. I am a believer in Jesus Christ. I've accepted Christ in my heart. Whatever. But I'm like, but the way I am and my outlook, I have a very unorthodox and obscured look on life for obvious reasons.
Hey, who doesn't?
So,
Who doesn't?
but if I was alive back then, I feel like with how I am, my personality, I probably would have been like one of those fuckers. I would have got guillotined for being a heretic because I didn't want to go with the flow of the crowd.
I think that's this whole group right here. This whole group, we all be a bunch of heretics.
I'm just saying. I feel like I can mutually say we're a bunch of misfits here, and I love you. I know that I'm an outcast. So, hey, whatever. Hey, that's me, psychocalifragilistic over here.
Supercalifragilistic.
He's like, yeah, that right there.
That one.
I'm just saying, like Tonopah. Giselle, you guys been through Tonopah, I'm sure, right? To the 50, right? You ever been to Tonopah? Have you guys been to Tonopah, north of Vegas?
No,
I haven't. No.
None of you guys have been to Tonopah?
No.
So I know where that cemetery is because Tonopah is not very big. Okay, it's literally just there's nothing there. So the first time I got out of prison, I was a young man. I hitchhiked out of Vegas and was going to the highway up the Highway 50, and that's and you got to go through Tonopah and up to Fallon and up that way. Tonopah ain't nothing there, but I'd seen that cemetery. I know that casino, whatever. It's creepy as fuck, especially at nighttime when you're walking by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you hear, and you're
in
the only
Nevada
one walking. You're the only one walking, and you hear footsteps behind you, but there's no one there.
To me, anything in Arizona at night and anything in Nevada at night is just fucking creepy.
Right?
It just is. It just is. I mean, it's got a feeling about it. It really
Hello.
does. Anything like that.
They have these mountains called the Superstition Mountains.
Oh, God.
Okay.
There you go.
Let me tell you, the Superstition Mountains are legit superstitious. All right. Stevie Wonder wrote a song. I don't care what the fuck anybody says. Stevie Wonder ain't fucking blind. All right. He just played everybody. Okay. That motherfucker can see. All right. There's too many people that say that I've seen him driving his car backwards out of the back of his car out of the fucking driveway and shit or whatever. Motherfucker can see. I don't care.
Echolocation.
I don't care. But the Superstition Mountains are legit, okay? And like Tehachapi Mountains, like the Tehachapi, California and shit, whenever, and you're going to the southwest and you're coming out of California through the mountains over Highway 6. You're coming into Vegas, out of Vegas, and you go over the Blue Ridge Mountain, right? Is it Blue Ridge?
Yeah.
What? Right?
Yeah, Blue Ridge.
I'm asking you in Vegas. You live in Vegas. You should know this.
All the way up to 15.
Okay, so there's a highway that out of Vegas that goes over into California. It's a 2-lane highway. It's like this. I think it's the 6th highway or something. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's a 2-lane road that goes from out of the Northwest Vegas or some shit or whatever, and you go over into California, and you come over into Bishop, California, and you go over the pass. I walked that road out of Vegas and into California. I got a ride. But the guy dropped me off at that near the top of the mountain, and it was the middle of the night.
Oh, God.
I'd have been
And,
like, no,
and
you can keep driving.
I
I
think you
well,
started Jimmy Ford.
I just got out. Look, I just got out of prison. I didn't give a shit. I was walking. I was like, yeah, I'm a free fucking man. I don't give a fuck. I'm walking. I got my New Balance on. This guy gave me a jacket, like a heavy jacket, because in the desert, in the middle of the night, in the summertime, it gets down to the 40s. I don't give a
Okay.
fuck. It drops. The temperature fucking drops to like freezing, almost freezing or whatever. You know, it gets cold in the desert at nighttime. So I'm walking down the mountain pass on a full moon, and I just could see California in front of me, and it's just like the desert and the stars and shit and everything, you know. But I'm like walking through these mountains, and you could feel the old west,
Hmm.
you know,
Energy.
before when it was a dirt road or something, when they were cutting the road, and you could just I literally stood on the top. I'm looking down, and I haven't made the state line just yet. You know what I mean? I can see the state line. It's like a mile or 2 or 3 miles away or whatever. But I'm on the
Hmm.
mountain, and it's the middle of the night, full moon behind me, and I just feel like the old west. You know, just walking, no flashlight, nothing, using the moon and the stars. You know, to
Oh
walk
hell no.
A car
on a two
passing you
lane.
like every half hour. You know.
No, no cars, no cars. This is a 2 lane highway in the middle of the night going to 395 because the highway out of Vegas goes over the mountain, the pass, and then it comes down into California and comes and runs into the 395 about probably just north of Bishop or whatever, a little ways north of Bishop, whatever.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
it's
I
in
know
the
where
middle of,
Bishop
it's literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. All right, like I'm seriously, and I walked that shit coming down there, and you could just feel the energy of the old west, and and it's just like, oh yeah, you know, you're just trekking. Ah,
Yeah, no, I'm good on that. You would not catch me. There's too many things out there that could eat you. Forget the ghosts and shit. Man, you got mountain lions, fucking coyotes and shit. Nah,
the thing I'd
I'm
be worried
good.
about, the worst thing I'd be worried about, it's not even the rattlesnakes, it's not the tarantulas, it's the scorpions, the fat yellow-tailed scorpions. That would be the most thing I'd be, me personally, if I would have to make sure my tent is secured and I would be sleeping on a cot and just, you know, and make sure my sleeping bag's empty and whatever. I don't care. Look, I'm talking like a scorpion that's like 10 inches fucking long with the tail
Yeah,
laid
no,
out.
I'm good. I'm good
Yeah,
on
I
that.
mean, look, you get
Nope.
touched by this thing, you get hit with this yellow fat. They're almost translucent yellow. It's weird. You get hit with this scorpion out there, right? You're fucking screwed, man.
You're
You're
talking
gonna
about
have
the
a.
night stalker, right?
No, I'm not talking about the black. It's not not a vinegaroo, not a camel spider or whatever. It's a scorpion in the desert
Yeah,
out there.
there's
You know,
the
it's a yellow scorpion. Some of them are not very big, some of them are huge or whatever, but the small ones with the fat tails, the fat body
and
ones,
they
are the
glow. Don't they
deadly,
kind
are
of
the
glow in the
ones,
dark?
yeah, yeah, they
Yeah,
glow under
Yeah,
a
those
fucking
are
black light.
a black light
yeah,
inside
those
These,
are the ones
it.
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
these fucking things, they just touch you with their stinger, just touch you, you're fucked.
I
You're
think they're
gonna, you
called death.
need,
I think they're called death stalkers.
I don't know what they're called, I know they're called not fuck arounds.
This
I
strange
don't
around.
fuck with you. I don't fuck with you.
You don't fuck.
No,
So,
with you.
So the one time I seen one, me and my celly were playing cards. We were in the hole, and anyways, it's hot in the desert, and we're in solitary confinement, whatever. So he goes, hey King, look behind you, and I look behind me, and there's this big damn scorpion on the wall hanging out, just chilling, like heading towards my head on the wall.
Uh-uh.
And it was, I shit you not, it was like as long as this beer can is. It was a big damn fucking scorpion.
No,
we caught we
thank
we
you.
we caught it. I caught that shit. I cut its stinger off with a razor blade and I melted it a little bit and I put it on a fishing line and we used to slide that thing underneath the door into the day room in the middle of the night while the people were doing their they're doing the psych count. You know, they're
Walking
checking
around
all
your
the crazy people. Yeah,
Yeah.
the day room is the middle of the night. It's the middle of the night, right? And whoever's the staff is or whatever, you know. But we used to take this big. I had it for like a couple of days, but it was this big damn like 10-inch fucking scorpion or whatever. I had it on a big long like a 50-foot fishing line. We would fucking sling it on that fucking slickery floor all the way in the day room, and we would like bowl it into the lady or whatever to her heel, and she'd look around and scream because she'd see a scorpion. She would go running for help. She would go running for help or whatever. We pull that motherfucker back in, and they were looking on the camera, and they looked on the camera. And they came back, and you know, like an hour or two later, like, hey, we know you got this fucking scorpion in here, you know, come on, you know. But it was kind of funny. The first night was hilarious. It was great, you know. But after a couple of nights, they caught on to us, you know.
That's funny as shit. I've probably done some shit like that.
Well, we didn't have no
Well,
TV. We had to amuse ourselves somehow, you know. What better way to
Right?
fuck with somebody in the middle of the night with a 10-inch scorpion on a line, you know? Fuck.
so okay, I'm gonna say there's a few things then I wouldn't fuck with Nevada. One of those things is definitely scorpions. The other would be the haunted clown motel.
I wouldn't recommend
In
that
that
haunted clown
graveyard.
motel. Look, if you get somewhere where it has that many faces staring at you and all those eyes, you know, just because it's just look, just because it's an inanimate object, we all know what idols are, right?
Yes.
What's an idol? It's an inanimate
Like
object.
water.
Right.
Yes,
It's an
yes, it's
inanimate
something
object that people.
that you worship.
wo-
That people worship. Yeah.
So you have over 2,000 fucking clown dolls in one place. Tell me that's not a fucking idol, place of worship.
Right. I
And what's
get it.
associated with clowns? What's associated with clowns? Hello, killer clowns from outer space. Why do we need killer clowns from outer space?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Let me spin your head on this shit. You know, the whole demonic shit, you know. All right, killer clowns from outer space. All right, cool. So you got a bunch of killer clowns going around killing people from outer space. Awesome. I love the idea. Well, where'd you get the idea from it? Because somebody was scared shitless of fucking clowns.
And aliens apparently.
Let's put those two
Probably
pictures
'cause-
together.
They probably saw critters.
Right.
Remember critters?
With the little puff
I
ball
don't think
things.
so.
Yep.
Well, you would, because we're the same age, pretty much. So yeah, but anybody younger than us probably wouldn't know what the fuck critters. Critters. No, they made like 4 of them. Critters 1, 2, and 3, and I think they make 4 of them. I'm
Yeah.
not sure they made 4.
Gremlins.
I think they made. I know for sure they made
I
3
did
critter
believe they
movies.
made 3, but I think they did make a 4.
The first
Not
2 were the
positive.
shit. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, man. That first one was like, what the fuck is this? Some B movie killer fucking furball attacking the killer fucking dingleberries. It would look like an attack of the killer dingleberries.
It's like the one, oh god. The
The thing.
one with the little green eyes.
Oh,
From the toilet,
Goblins.
like there's a picture of
yeah, goblin. Yeah, goblins. The monsters.
Goblins
Goblins.
or gremlins?
No, not
No,
gremlins.
Gremlins is
Goblins?
I know what you're
Gremlins
talking about. They're trolls. Trolls 1, I think. Trolls.
They were like
I think it's trolls. Goblins.
no.
I know what you're talking
It
about.
started with a G. It started with a G.
Yeah, goblins.
But these were the ones that came from Carnival. Like that's what those were.
Hey, are you bashing on carnies here? Are you guys fucking on carnies?
No. I'm just saying.
You're our favorite
Now-
carny, okay?
Come on now.
You
Quit
know,
picking. Y'all motherfuckers need to quit picking on carnies. I don't smell like cabbage, and these are my natural teeth. I shower every day, thanks. Yeah, ask my wife.
yeah,
I'm not
no,
selling
it-
teddy bears anymore.
Oh
But
shit.
yeah, these things like
Man.
on one of the scenes, this damn thing comes out of the fucking toilet and eats this guy's ass.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, he gave him a rim
Wow.
job. He gave him a real rim
Yes.
job. He gave him the last rim job of his life.
Right?
Oh my gosh, that
He
reminded me of a
really got
stupid
in that
movie.
That's so messed up. Oh man.
That's what you guys just said reminded me of a stupid movie.
What movie are you watching? Was it
Uh,
on what hub?
It's
What
called
hub? What
Zombie
P hub?
Apocalypse.
What P hub channel was that?
It's an actual goddamn movie. It's called The Boy Scout Guide to Zombie Apocalypse. The zombie actually ate the girl out. Literally.
Literally.
But not from the not the toilet, not from the toilet scene. No, come on.
Damn. No, thank you. What the fuck?
What kind of snuff
That
films
just
you boys
reminded me of that
watching?
whole scene. I was like, oh god.
Dude.
Y'all
That
took
was
it.
messed
Y'all
up,
went
bro.
weird on that one.
That was
Y'all
weird.
talk
That
about
was
little
wild.
things coming out of the toilet
I
piece of your
mean,
butt.
I saw that movie and they're kind of right. Like, I think she was in a bathroom when the zombie came. So, like, he went for her crotch.
No.
No,
That's not what
That's not
happened.
what happened.
The guy was about to have sex with the girl. Well,
Is that
she
supposed to be
wanted
like
him to-
that zombie movie? Like what the hell? What the hell is that movie? It's got the zombie boy and the girl. Is that the movie you're talking about?
So it's where this zombie apocalypse started by a scout leader because he went to go look for something, but he ended up being affected. Okay, well, it ends up spreading through their town and stuff like that. At one scene, they literally go into a strip club and there's zombie strippers.
no.
Are they still stripping?
Yes.
Gross.
Why? That's so messed up.
Okay, but there was a bunch of teenagers at a Halloween party. Or some kind of party, something like that. A big rave or something like that. Okay? Well, this girl and this guy go to do their own thing.
Did
Well, the
Stifler
girl
was
wanted
Stifler there? Was Stifler there? I think I've seen this one. It was this Bandcamp Stifler one, right?
I don't know. But they go out and she wants him to eat her out.
Dude,
Well, she got what she
we gotta
wanted.
end this episode real quick because we get into some fun.
Yeah, before you get demonetized.
Oh my lord. Okay,
Someone's
ladies
gonna
and gentlemen,
someone's gonna send a complaint.
Our
No, there's a
subscribers are
reason
gonna
I
go
have
like,
this as not children. Not
Our-
children.
our subscribers when they see this, like, dude, what
the
was
fuck?
up
Stoney
with
came back and the kids started talking about eating zombie ass. What the fuck?
All right. I'm gonna end this episode real quick before we get. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, for Ladies of the Paranormal World. Again, a great big welcome back to Stony Stonehenge, man.
Back at you with eating zombie ass.
Drusilla, Wendigo, Skinwalker. We will be back tomorrow with a guest. Have a good night.